let us quickly talk about Brigadier Nkhwashu and how this guy actually said that you did a good job to witness after Tao got bail. So literally the witness B was confused as to why praising me where I didn't even assist you guys to get the bail, but you're praising me. Seems like it was like, I don't know, a mock or trying to tell him that you failed or something that aligns to that. In this video, I wanted us to talk about the situation of Tao's bail and how Tao got the bail and what were the lives of the witness A and witness B after the bail was granted. So one of the conditions that Tao provided to court for him to secure bail was that he's sick. Witness B then thought it's very important for us to know that these things are actually doctored. There's doctors that are paid to make these reports to look like the way that it was with Tao, which then assured that he gets the bail and he gets to stay at home, our house arrest and stuff like that. So that house arrest is because of him being diabetic after documents were doctored. So in this testimony now, after that, after the release of Tao and him being given house arrest, their lives started being in danger. That witness B was even afraid of leaving her home. And what happened is that one of the captains, I think it's Captain Chukudu, if I'm not mistaken, which he describes as a Balde person, the person that she speaks to, came and conveyed the message of Nkhwashu that, you did a good job. And she got confused. What is that good job that I did? Because I wanted this person to be incarcerated, to stay there. This house arrest thing, I'm not happy about it.
He requested us to meet, and remember, at this point, I'm afraid even to leave my house because of, I understand the danger has escalated now. So he called me, and then we met somewhere around Mall of the South, and then he delivered the message to me. He says he was sent again by Brigadier Nkhwashu to say thank you. And I was like, that was so uncomfortable, that one, because I was like, why? Why are you thanking me? Because you came with a request that I didn't grant. What is the reason for thanking me now? I asked him, why is he thanking me? He said, no, I don't know, I'm just a messenger. And to me, that felt like a disguised threat to say, with or without you. And now that you made your point, where do you stand? Thank you. So that's how it felt to me. Even today, it felt like a disguised threat. And worse, because it was delivered by somebody who knew what was the answer from the request. Why did he feel the need to bring this message? What is supposed to mean?
And she says that is when she realized that, you know what, they are unto me, they are here to attack me. She then proceeded to talk about the issue of the dockets. That on the 16th of April this year, she got a call from one of the officers. I can't pronounce the name, guys. I'll put the clip. Where she says that this call they wanted at the docket, and she says there was even a timeline to show that there was pressure that the docket they wanted it. And she said, but the docket is not with me, it's with the Director of Public Prosecutions. It's not with me. But they really wanted the docket, even though later on they're like, no, it's fine, let it go. But they really wanted to get their hands on the Armand Swart'S case docket. They really wanted it. I suspect that Swart'S is somewhere involved. I suspect that Swart'S is somewhere involved. Let's see if he is. Let's see. Because now they just took a break at Matlanga. Probably they will show that Swart'S is involved.
From Vernagen, he was telling me that he got the call from District Commissioner. He wants the docket. He wants certain dockets, let me put it like that, including the one that I was investigating. And then there was timelines there, and it was like he was getting pressure. That's why he called me and he said, you know what, I told him that I don't have a docket. It's at DPP. He said, okay, fine, because this is I was plagiarized to give this docket. Please speak. He gave me the cell phone numbers of the Brigadier, and then he said, please call him and explain what you're explaining to me, because he doesn't want any explanations from me. He wants the docket. So you are in a better position to give account to the docket, because I don't have a docket. I just know you are investigating the docket.
Then we have none other than Mr. Nkhwashu, who then calls through this recording that I'm going to play and asks for the dockets. Says he wants the dockets, and that if they don't give up the dockets, they're going to face disciplinary proceedings. What a wow. Really?
Oh, we got an instruction from the PC, to collect all those dockets, including the docket of yours, and go give it to him. And the instruction were given to us as district commissioners. And if we are not handing in those dockets to him, we're going to be facing the disciplinary steps. So I gave the case numbers to all the stations, to collect all the stations for me to go and give it to the PC. So that is the reason we want that docket.
Oh, Rick, for now, I don't have a problem because I don't have the docket with me. It's a DPP.
Okay. No, it's not a problem. You can just write me a report that the docket is at the DPP, and you send me that report on email. And my email is nkhwashuam2@subs.gov.za, or you can send it to the district commissioner's email at Citibank. Then we will, as we hand the other dockets, we will tell him that that one is at the DPP. It's not a problem.
After that, he then changes his entire story. He comes and says, not really. Actually, you know what? I'm actually one of the accused persons or the suspects in this case of Armand Swart'S. So you know what? You don't have to give me the dockets. You can give someone else the dockets. The attempts, guys, they were very, very serious. Because this was just the beginning of it. Now, the cold case unit is going to follow. Let us continue watching.
Correct.
We suspect case,
We suspect.
Yeah, so I won't let me, na no mu itholile yise direct ku PC ne.
All right.
No mayibuya ku DPP ungayilethi kimi angifuni.
Bafo, which is Brigadier Nkhwashu, the very suspect in the Armand Swart'S unaliving, and whom from testimony witness A, the testimony of witness A saying that there was no one that was supposed to go and visit. If they go visit, they need to go through him. This guy goes and does undercover visits to Katiso Molefe to give him food, to give him clothes, because he wants to talk, obviously, about the Armand Swart'S case and probably give him an update as to what he managed to get, because remember that he tried to get the docket but failed. But now he's going to tell him that, okay, the docket is not passing. What is the plan B? These two people are both suspects in the unaliving of Armand Swart'S. One of them is a brigadier. Another one is just a civilian who happens to be very influential and is captured even the police. Very shocking that these people now are organizing and talking about what they're going to do to escape or to get the other one out of prison, in prison, ensuring that they don't follow even the proper protocol. This brigadier must be fired. No way. This brigadier, awa. So then, what happened is that they started contacting Sergeant Mathenjwa, who then assisted them to contact Major General Mbuso Khumalo, who assisted with them getting security and them being protected in this whole process. And Mathenjwa understood them because they've dealt with a situation before of a colleague of Witness A and Witness B who lost their lives. So they had to then start protecting them. They started with the TRA, which is the threat and risk response or assessment, I think, and then they now went to a private security because she says that she doesn't know these people.
We knew that she's got an easy access to the general, therefore we drove to him and then we deliberate there. And one of the reasons why we opted to go to Sergeant Mathenjwa, I guess Witness A has touched on this, because we have a history of working together in the serious cases. We once worked on several cases. Therefore, there was one member that we used to work with, of which Witness B mentioned that passed away. I mean, it's not the right word to say passed away because he didn't pass it because he was killed. And then with the situations that he would communicate with us to say, hey, there's a problem here and there, and then I might be killed. And we find ourselves in the very same.
While they are onto that, the Sergeant Mlauzi comes and wants or attempts to collect the dockets in the name of that this docket falls under cold case or cold case unit.
Why it should go into cold case?
Sorry, no, Commissioner, they didn't explain.
And you didn't ask?
I did not ask.
Okay, thank you.
And the cold case unit is the unit of Gininda from the Senzo Meyiwe case, who is said that he is a very, very corrupt cop and has been tampering with the evidence there allegedly, and that he's been arresting wrong people in that case. So this man now, they're trying to get this docket for them to put it at cold case. And they didn't understand why would you put the dockets to be under cold case, because it's still ongoing.
On that case, then it will be referred to as a cold case. Doesn't mean now we stop investigating, but not actively as before, then a cold case will be dealing with such.
And for completeness, did Vereniging and its sub-dockets fall within this category?
No, that's why I used the word that was so hot, because number one, it was fairly not that old. It was a docket that was just opened April. This incident happened in August. Nevertheless, that what is the period? The fact is, people were arrested. It's a court-going case. It can never be classified as cold.
Because normally you put a docket on cold case if like, or there's like a stop. For example, you guys don't know, you can't investigate the matter anymore, or you've investigated but you can't seem to find evidence. Then it will go back to the cold case unit. However, in this one, it was very active. They're still investigating, but they wanted to put it in cold case. That was very, very much of a red flag. And then after that, when Mlawuti failed, because when Mlawuti called, they referred Mlawuti to Mkhopane. If you guys remember Mkhopane, I spoke about Mkhopane in my first video, about how she said that anyone who wants to know about the case must contact her. So what I saw from this part of the witness statement or witness testimony is that they target these young police officials who don't have high ranks, who are just investigators, who are just on the lower rank. They target them, manipulate them, make them think that they have to do something in exigency immediately now. And with these ones, I'm happy that they were trained well enough for them to not allow to be intimidated by these big officers. So I think this thing, they do it over and over again. And I think even with these 3 police officers who lost their lives in that accident, if you guys remember that accident that involves the water and how those officers were kidnapped, it reminded me of that case, how young those people were, and how these police officers, indeed, those who are big and they know people and are trying to protect their people, they're gunning this for these small officers. Why didn't they go to Mkhopane to begin with? Why did they go to these IOs, which is witness A and witness B? And that in and of itself shows that how influential these people were, and how they just wanted to target these small ones to get this docket. But these ones were very strong, they refused. Then Colonel Rod started coming and saying that they wanted the docket, and they spoke to they wanted the dockets to be part of the cold case unit. They referred the Mr. Rod back to Mukhopa.
The call from Colonel Rod, who was also requesting the very same dockets that 2 gentlemen came to collect previously, and I directed her to Brigadier Hopan to be the person that she refers the request to.
And why did you?
Brigadier also told me so, to say anyone who wants the docket, I must just redirect that person to her. And I shared her numbers also to Colonel Rod to speak.
Asked him to have a statement with the requesting the dockets, and in his defense he said that he was sent by his superior, which is Gininda, as I've said, who's the head of the cold case unit.
Witness B, before this discussion ultimately with Colonel Rod, had Brigadier Gininda expressed any interest or in any way become involved with this your investigation?
I never had any interaction with Brigadier. Only time that his name was mentioned, it's when the colonel said that she cannot give that statement. She needs to check with her Brigadier Gininda. That's all. That's it. She just said it. But I don't know, because she said she was waiting for the instruction. But myself, I never had interaction with the Brigadier.
And all of this, when witness B was asked, she said that in most cases you can take a case that is active to a cold case unit if there's like a link to an undergoing or a current case that is ongoing, and if that there's an active investigation, then you can use that case to link. But with this one, there was no link, there was nothing. They didn't understand why that was the case. And she also went about to speak about some of the things that she doesn't know, for example, as to who makes the decision for a case to fall under the cold case unit. She doesn't know all of that information.
Normally, when we have interlinking cases, maybe, and then you'll find one unit obtaining the docket from one to another, but normally the one that will seek dockets from another is the one that is having an active investigation that is at court. Maybe when you find linkages, then you'll go obtain from other units in order to place them at the court roll, because they will be there like more like cold, because it won't be a court going. But when you investigate, like let me say, since in this one, this docket has demanded us to have more dockets through linkages, in terms of you may find that the other docket is also implicating the same accused that you already arrested. But it can never be that you take the active one to the one that is not yet at court.
And then the witness then moved to the issue of them now starting to receive 24-hour protection. And she says that she started protection from the public order policing, which comes at night to protect them. And then during day, the TRT comes. And the TRT also assists them with the investigation.
Up by the rough knocks, when I check, I see police officers, plus or minus 6 or 8. I don't remember, because that like frightened me. Like I was really, really, really scared, because I didn't understand what was going on, because there was no prior alerts to say maybe people that will come and everything. And when they got there, they also didn't know what they're looking for. Asking me, they telling me they're looking for, but they were looking for a male person that they mentioned by surname, and I was like, no, I don't know that person. Only to find that they were referring to me. They just didn't know. And given the insight of what was happening, even my colleagues I couldn't trust, because nobody alerted me that they will come. So that shake me. If I was having some sort of heart disease, I think that was gonna.
So tomorrow, the other part of the witness B testimony will continue. But this goes to show you how bad the situation is and how much they wanted this docket. They really wanted the docket. From the attempts made by Nkhwane to the attempts made by Gininda, because Gininda is the head of cold case unit. There's no one, this Rod and Mulawuti will not just want and go and want the docket without Gininda knowing. Clearly Gininda knew and gave the instruction for these people to go and collect the case docket from these individuals who are working on this case, which is witness A and witness B. I don't know what you guys think. Please comment your thoughts. We're wrapping up Madlanga. We'll see if we'll do ad hoc, but this is all I have for Madlanga. Nonetheless, I'll see you on my next upload. Bye.